Star Wars Battlefront 2. Is it worth a buy? Let's read the words. The words of the greedy fucking slimy developers. Your Star Wars journey has begun. The prequels, original trilogy and new era meet in an expanded multiplayer experience and galactic scale space combat. Play iconic heroes if you can afford the fuckers that bring distinct abilities to the Battlefront, or join the fight in an emotionally gripping, awful single player story. I may have altered a couple of the words there, guys, but yeah. The story, guys, is absolutely dreadful. Tripe. Absolute tripe. Things escalate at such an alarming rate that you have to kind of think, hang on, what just happened there? And it's hard to speak because I don't want to post spoilers, but the story's so dreadful that I'm kind of wondering whether it even matters. All I'll say is, guys, it's the most predictable pile of cow shit you'll ever see. The combat is ridiculously easy, and it's full of Star Wars quotes. It's got, but they've redone the quotes from different people. Stuff that Han might have said, they'll have somebody else saying it, and it sounds so bad, and they've just put it in there. Just put it in there so you'll go, oh, that's a Star Wars. It's awful. It's cringeworthingly shit. It makes me want to vomit in somebody's face and just pin them down and go, bleh. To give you an idea of the missions, guys, my goodness, there's these insectoid things that secrete like a resin, and there's a control panel half covered in resin, and the guy's like, I'm playing as Luke Skywalker at this point, and the guy's like, I can't access the control panel of this. Could you like hit it with your lightsaber? So I do. I hit it. It's about 5 foot high with a distinct kind of cylindrical shape. And he says, there's another control panel, but it must be covered in resin. Where could it possibly be? At the exact opposite side of the cave, there is some resin on the floor that's small, like rocks. But then there's this long cylindrical piece of resin, exactly the same fucking height as the control panel. And it's like, could that be it? I may have found it. That is the scope of the puzzles in this game, guys. That is the actual scope of the puzzles in this game. Do you know, I've just been playing, literally in the last 15 minutes, Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy. And I've just been starting the game again because I needed a Star Wars fix, and this isn't it. And the puzzles in that, already in the fucking tutorial, are way more complex and fun than in this fucking game, guys. And that sets the scene for the entire campaign. It's mind-numbingly boring. It's piss easy, guys. I can't stress. I died of boredom. And I mean that, literally. The only time I died in this was from boredom. And what happened was, I was fighting in my X-Wing, I think it was, using one hand. I wasn't even touching the controls on the keyboard, which is the acceleration and the roll and all that. I was just using the mouse and just guiding my crosshair around and shooting TIE fighters. 2 shots and they die. And I was so bored doing it, because you have to shoot about a zillion in this mission, that I was looking at my girlfriend's screen, just glancing at her screen and seeing what she was doing. She was playing, I can't remember what game it was, but I was just watching her play something. And as I was glancing over, I actually crashed into a Star Destroyer. And that was the time that I actually died in this game, because I was so bored playing it that I was looking away. So I technically died of boredom playing this game. It's so fucking awful. The only good level in the whole of the single player game was the one where you're actually fighting on the top of a Star Destroyer. Yeah, a Star Destroyer while it's in flight. You're fighting on the side of a Star Destroyer. But besides that ridiculous scenario, the actual ground combat there was actually a little bit challenging. And that was definitely the best part of the campaign for me, but it only lasted about 5 minutes, and that was pretty much the only time I really felt tested when I was actually playing the game. The rest of it is just ridiculously easy. Multiplayer. Multiplayer. My goodness, multiplayer. F*** me, multiplayer, guys. EA are shitting antelopes at the minute because of some of the ridiculous things that they've put in this game. Do you know, when the reviewers went to review this game, you know, when they were paid to go and they had all the hotels and all that, Luke Skywalker cost 10,000 credits. In the beta, and when this game was released in early access, well, early access for the people who pre-ordered, it cost 60,000 credits. Now, he only costs 15,000 credits because EA have made more fucking U-turns than the Italians did in World War II. They're panicking. They are
panicking, guys, and rightly so, because that Reddit post that said pretty much nothing, that was their kind of address to the disgruntled fans, has now been downvoted to the biggest ever amount of downvotes in Reddit history. I mean, bloody donor, guys, it's a catastrophe, this game, and I'll tell you why it's a catastrophe. It's pay to win. It is absolute 100% pay to win, this game. I've seen it, I've done it, I pre-ordered, I got boosts, it's pay to win. Do you know what? It's so complicated the way you level up in this game. It's not just about progressing through with skill and leveling up your character as it normally is in these type of games. You have star cards. Now, the star cards are abilities and ability boosts to your character. Now, you can only equip the amount of star cards for your level. So, for example, even if you get a really powerful star card, you might not be able to equip that until you get to, say, level 10 or level 15. You certainly can't upgrade them till you get to higher levels. But you know what determines the level of your character, your class? It's your class level I'm talking about. It's the amount of fucking star cards you have. So if you go and buy a shit ton of crates for real money and just say, hey, there's $100, give me 70 crates or whatever it is, you will inevitably, because of the RNG, get a shit ton of star cards for your character, and he will automatically level up. He'll level up as the more you get more star cards. Oh, there's another level. Oh, some more. There's another level. Oh, you can equip that one now because you've leveled up by buying fucking star fucking cards. It's bullshit. It's basically complete and utter 100% pay to fucking win. Your base level levels up normally by the way you play, but if you throw a shit ton of money at this and you level up your class level and equip all these overpowered star cards, some of them give you 40% extra damage in a spaceship on the torpedoes. It's bullshit, but you have quicker regen, quicker everything, quicker all your powers that refresh. They refresh a lot quicker. You earn more battle points so you can get access to the heroes during the battles, because as you play through a battle you get battle points, and when you reach a certain number, it's usually 6,000, you can then start choosing your classes, the really powerful Jedis and stuff like that. So it's all kind of attached to that, but your base level, that levels up by combat. But like I was going to say, if you've got all these abilities, you're going to level up much faster than everybody else because you're killing people much faster than everybody else is. It's absolute pay to fucking win, guys. And do you know something? It might have been a pretty decent game, this, in the multiplayer. There's about 14 different maps. A lot of them are awful, but there's some of them really good. And like I said, I said this in my beta, I said the best map will be the one that you get in the beta, and it is. I think it's Naboo. That is the best map in my opinion. It's really fun to play, and they've kind of copied that. It's the one where you have the big droid army, and they're coming down the street with that giant fucking MTT, and you have to blow it up by getting these rocket launchers that are in crates, not loot crates. Everybody, what crates? More crates? No, they're just like in crates at the side of the street. And the droid army have to secure them points, and the clone troopers have to get to them points and get them rocket launchers so they can kill the MTT. If they don't, it then goes to indoors where you have really good fights with choke points and stuff like that. And some maps are really good like that, but the vast majority of maps are just awful. They're just outside. It's just full of snipers, and there's a gun. It's the ability of the assault class. The Vanguard is so overpowered. It's a shotgun. There's even, the kind of, it's like Electronic Arts even know that it's overpowered, because there's actually an achievement you can get in the game by killing 3 people in, I think, 5 seconds with this gun or something stupid like that. I've actually done it. It's so easy. Everybody's using this gun. The amount of times when you die, it tells you what gun you were killed by and what abilities the guy had. And 9 times out of 10 it'll say Vanguard. It's just a one shot, one kill. I ran around, and I'm not that good at this game, and as soon as I switched to the assault class, I was coming like 3rd top, 4th top, 2nd top, and I'm just running around one-shotting people and just kicking the shit out of them. It's easy. It's kind of like the easy mode slider for multiplayer. If you're shit at multiplayer, choose assault class, you'll do alright. And it is by far the easiest class. The sniper also as well is a bit up, but you kind of expect balances to happen in games like this, and I hope they do balance it, because it is shit. But at the end of the day, it won't bother me. I'm asking for a refund. I want my money back. It's absolute fucking tripe the whole game. It does nothing. It doesn't make me feel at all like I'm playing any kind of a competitive multiplayer game. All I feel like I'm doing is running around in Star Wars skins, pew-pewing, doing the same thing over and over again. And I just see people coming in with shit tons of money, these whales throwing a lot down, buying all the stuff, and they're just totally overpowered. And it's bullshit. And I'm sick of it. And it's not fun. It's not fun at all. It's not. I hope it bombs. And honestly, guys, do you know something? People say, oh, Mac, you just hate everything. No, it's not about that. It's about principles. This is pay to win. If this gets through, guys, and makes a profit, then, you know, we're fucked. And the thing is, right, with stuff like this, and this is what you have to understand, it's not about how hard you shout on the forums. It's about leading with your fucking wallets, guys. That's what hurts them. They've got all this data coming in. Yeah, they're just analysing the data. They don't give a shit how many people are calling them wankers on the forums. They don't care about that. They're watching the data. Okay. How many people are buying the game? How many people have refunded the game? How many people have bought loot crates? And if all that data is positive, this is what you're going to get for the rest of your days gaming. Everybody's going to be doing it. Everybody's watching this. This is going to be like a watershed moment in gaming, and it's a free-to-play game that costs £60. It's got a free-to-play game mechanics, but it costs £60, guys. And if they f*** us over with this, and we accept this, and we buy this, and we buy the crates for this, gaming is totally and utterly ruined, guys. There's nothing to see here. It's not even a brilliant game. It could have been and should have been, but it isn't. It's just a pew-pew fest where the guy who has the most money has a massive advantage for the first, I would say, easily the first 25 to 30 hours until other people start catching up. It's bullshit. It has no place at all in modern gaming. It's ruining the gaming industry, and the people behind this aren't fucking gamers. They have hijacked the gaming industry to make themselves excessively rich on the backs of fucking idiot gamers who are stupid enough to not see past all of this shit and will go out and buy it. Honestly, if you've got an ounce of credibility in you, you'll refund this fucking game and send a strong message to the gaming industry. Say, no, we aren't fucking taking this anymore. It's got a lackluster campaign, a boring, repetitive, shitty multiplayer, really, that's totally pay to win. My goodness, is this gaming in 2017? It's fucking atrocious. No. Rants out of the way, guys, but there is a few things that are good in this game. It wouldn't be fair to not mention them because that would be totally biased. And as much as I hate this game with a passion, I've got to tell you that the space combat is fun. It is a hell of a lot better. And like I say, 2 or 3 of the maps are great fun. I'm having fun playing these maps. But I'm refunding this game simply because I'm dead against it and I'm not going to support it. But there are a few maps that are great fun with the choke points, and some of the classes are fun. I'm particularly loving the heavy class. I think it's a fabulous class to play, and like I say, I like the space combat. There's plenty of maps for that as well. There's bot mode as well. If you're not into the multiplayer side of things, you can play in arcade, which gives you credits as well. And EA have knocked down the price on the back of people like me who were complaining. So, you know, all these people who say, oh, stop bitching. Well, do you know what? If you play this game, you can buy Luke Skywalker for 15,000 credits because of people like me who fucking bitch. So that's why it's important to bitch. You know, you bitch. But, you know, there's not a lot to this game. There really isn't. Once you've played it for 10 hours, you've seen everything. You've literally seen everything, and then you just rinse and repeating the whole game. But it's ruined with the crates. You don't feel like you're progressing. You don't feel like you're doing anything worthwhile when you're playing the game. I'm all for a class system, but the way the progression is in this game is just totally through crates. It's totally through crates. And you only earn a few hundred per match, even if you're doing well. I'll show you some scoreboards there of me coming third off top. You can see how many credits I'm earning. You know, like 300 credits. You need 4,000 credits to buy a crate. And, you know, your match lasts like 10-15 minutes, so you can do the maths on that. You're not getting a lot of crates, which means you're not getting a lot of money, which means the heroes that you really want to play are just out there. And, you know, it's going to take a long grind to get to them, unless you pay. It's bullshit. Not worth a buy, guys, and I hope this is the last game like this that I ever have to review. It's so sad that these greedy fuckers have got balls big enough to be able to do this. I don't know how they fucking dare. Let's just hope over the next few weeks we see that people have stood up for gaming. If you love gaming, you should hate this.